That's the name, don't wear it out, thank you so very much, Stunner. Yes, Nuclear on Dust 2, and now Nuke as our second. Let's see if there's more twists and turns in this tale. They've painted quite the picture though, and the Danes, it's their map pick. Let's see if they can start it with a bang, Hank.
Starting on the T side here, a lot of teams do focus towards this ramp room, but Flamey ready and waiting with the smoke. Dodges to flashbang nicely as well, and he has shut them right down. They will not be rushing that position. They'll have to re-coordinate, and Simple has actually been tagged as well. He's been dropped the CZ, brought up armor himself, and actually gone towards lower. Does he want to break out the window? Apparently not. He'll just hold down and hope for the best here, considering he has been thwarted somewhat. And now we'll see the smoke going out of the squeaky door. And maybe a Venn dive on the agenda.
Ooh, they want to get top site attention. It's going to be Flamey to be tested though. And he's wisely chosen not to be overwhelmed. Instead, that one-man army will be joined by Simple, of course, with that CZ on that low side. But for now, Magis charging straight in, and he will go 1-for-1. Simple biding his time on the site. He wants one with their back turned. It doesn't matter if he's got no health. He still manages to get up one, keeping things level as that bomb goes down.
Well then, it's all looking quite good, but Perfecto arrives from Secret. Equal trade. And a 2-on-2 now. No kid available right now, but here comes Perfecto, joined by Boomich. He's holding towards the ramp, and there is one player right next to him on the close left. He always seems to be one step ahead of his opponents, but for now, surely going down. Glaive should secure the round at this point.
That should all be locked down. Perfecto thrust into a 1 versus 2 at the start of the second map, and Glaive's just giving him nothing, teasing him, and oh dear, feeling the pressure. He wants to go loud, and my god, he's got a chance. He's only got 1 health, but if he pushes it, he's got 1 bullet to the dome on his Zipex. He takes his shot. The bullet flew through the air, but it's Zipex to clutch it out. Necessary for Astralis, and they're off the start.
Absolutely true there, Alex. That would have been a jaw-dropping moment if he pulls that one off. 1 HP, 1 bullet in the USP as well. There was a chance. The fact he even got the bullet off suggested it was possible. Decent effort from Perfecto. There was a long flank there from Device as well. His teammates went towards ramp. He actually came in the backstab there and shuts the round down. You can see they just about get through the round, but there will be a force buy in response here from Na'Vi. The double scout setup. CZ's, P250s, bare bones utility, and it's going to be Simple. Looking towards that sideline position. We saw what he can do on Dust 2 with the scout. Tag after tag was landing, and he's got such a presence towards outside. They have to drop these smokes to make sure they don't get hit.
They bloom. Ooh, that nade landed in his top pocket. Device halved before he could even see an enemy. 4 members of Astralis are behind the guise of that smoke, and Boomich has one of his own. He'll deploy that as soon as he catches a glimpse. That's enough. Drops it off and gets away. Will they respect the smoke? That's the next question. It does seem to be the case.
Yeah, well played from Boomich. That funnels them back towards outside. Allows them to rotate towards lower if they feel it's necessary. Flamey will join him. HE in hand. That won't do a ton of damage, but does suggest there's multiple players down there at this point. Time ticking away. That's what the smoke is designed to do. 50 seconds on the clock. Flamey down there with a scout as well, looking to get tags and work in tandem with the CZ next to him.
You have to remember what Boomich actually saw was at max 2 players. He does not know that the entire Astralis jiggle and a frag. Flamey body shot. He gets another one. He stands his ground in the flames, living quite up to his namesake. Device though, with the first for Astralis. He's hoping to claw a second one. It's Dupree to push the decon, but no issues. This force buy is flying for Na'Vi.
That's such a sick move from Boomich as well. It suggested he fell back by opening and closing the door. They took the bait, hook, line, and sinker. Aegis now to plant the bomb. 3 versus 1. He's got a Molotov, but no head remaining. That's going to be a great response from Na'Vi. The scout connects once again. It's all down to that smoke towards Secret. He spotted it. So it's Boomich watching the angle, trying to slow them down, and it just takes the pacing away from Astralis. They have to wait, re-coordinate. They go down towards lower, and Flamey is so brave at that point. It's a standard Molotov towards the CT steps, and at that point he hits the first and has the audacity to stay around, fight for a second. It works out, and they steal the round away.
Theoretically, what happens if all of Astralis just hold W through that smoke?
They probably are greeted by a CZ and maybe even a couple of kills comes through. They made the right call. It was just a very, very good play from Na'Vi there. As we'll see, the guns come out on the Astralis side as well. Scout tags flying out here. It's going to be Electronic to pick up the first. That's Magis, who is trying to cross over towards Secret. They have a couple of smokes remaining, but now a 5-on-4. No real damage inflicted towards Na'Vi so far. And Electronic flashed in. Spots another. Sprays him down, no problem. Assist from Simple.
This deco, this deagle buy has not gone well, and another body drops. Electronics flashes, connect to another. Nuke, long range. He's really mastered those little bursts from the MP9 at range.
He really has. I've noticed that all week long. Every time he has the MP9, he has so much confidence behind it. Even at range, this little 3-bullet bursts, connecting with their head, such a nuisance, so much mobility with the weapon as well. And Astralis don't get anywhere near a bomb site. Has to be the full eco now. Could just go for a sort of ramp rush here, try and exchange a couple of kills if possible, but you're going to be going through the meat grinder at that point. You can swing towards outside as well. They've got the scout. That does make a lot of sense. Ideally, try and get the bomb down here. Dupree's got one of the best spawns you can ask for, so maybe they want to go for a vent dive, but they can't really justify an HG, so that's going to be difficult to pull off as they don't invest a single cent into this round. No armor.
We really are seeing players who have started to invest more and more time into the newer weapons of competitive Counter-Strike. MP9 is a prime example. I think, 2020, we're going to see players really, truly test the limits of what those weapons are capable of.
When's the auto sniper coming out, Alex?
Well, I'm happy to see all the SMGs, even loving the shotguns, but we can leave the auto sniper on the shelf.
I'm going to call now. I reckon by the end of this year, it will start being part of the game. It's a very powerful weapon on the CT side that we haven't seen enough of. It used to be in fashion back in the day, but for now, though, the scout will have to do most of the heavy lifting towards ramp. Simple. Swinging in towards ramp, lovely shot. He'll only get that first kill, but what a kill it was. There's going to be just Dupree remaining, so they get one frag out of this. Maybe Dupree can get a second, or take about 3 Glock headshots at this point. Boomich keeps farming that money as he'll take himself up to $8,000. 4 players survive. They've got a MAC-10 on the CT side, an MP9. A bit of a strange round coming through here. Simple almost certainly going to buy up the AWP, considering he went down. But 3-1 on the CT side. Orb does come through. This was the Simple one tap on the USP. Just wanted to have a little inquisitive look, and of course found Device. He didn't even have a chance.
Puts the banana right in his mouth.
Indeed.
Time for our 5th round and our second map of our second semi-final here at IEM Katowice 2020. 4 Kriegs pulled out by the Astralis squad. This is the weapon that has changed the tide of Nuke T's side, but flamey, ridiculous! Ace! 5 kills, 5 seconds, and it's the 4th on the board for Na'Vi.
They rush towards the ramp. We've been saying for years that the Galil is useless, but Flamey shows us how powerful it can be. That's a fully equipped Astralis rushing towards the tightest choke point on the map, and he just mows them all down, no problem whatsoever. That's what we love to see. Na'Vi are in 5th gear right now and show no signs of slowing down. He can't believe it. Boomich just said, what the hell just happened over there?
I know I said the call was get an ace, Flamey. I didn't mean you to do it. Holy moly.
This is the best looking Na'Vi I've ever seen in the series. Like, that's nuts. Like, I was expecting a couple of kills there. I was looking good for that considering the smoke was down, but all 5 of a Galil. You got 35 bullets in the magazine of that weapon. It's a T-sided gun, and he absolutely punishes them with it. Incredible scenes. Simple now, the orb. Smoke down. That hasn't stopped him before, though, to be honest with you. There we go. Let's keep going.
I'm drunk on Simple. Absolutely. I'm frag drunk. Okay. Tell your friends, guys. If you're watching this and if you're making similar noises to me, tell them that this could be a quick one and they're going to miss it if they don't show up soon. 6 rounds into Nuke and it's already what feels like a sitcom. Electronic does get tagged up through those doors. We are seeing just a limited 3 members of Astralis. They're casting some sort of aggression magic. Nice little strafe to worm his way towards Decon, but Boomich, he's got his MP9. That's practically an AWP in his hands, to be honest with you. That was an exaggeration before you get the angry tweet out.
No, send the angry tweets.
Yeah.
They're good, we enjoy them.
They fuel you?
yeah, it keeps me going. Makes me feel alive.
Well, that's the MP9 doing its job, and triple kill from Boomich just to ensure that the 5th does get secured an unarmored Zipex. To be fair, though, that is a Deagle Blaze. That's the Deagle that tends to fill the highlights, I'm telling you.
That's a good point. It's had its moments over the years. I don't think this will be one of them. Perfecto still with a MAC-10, of course, with $12,000. I guess why not keep going? I would say upgrade at this point, but want to keep the money as strong as possible. I do see it thrown away. He's gone for the M4. Nice call. There's only so much fun we can have with that weapon. The MAC-10, not super viable in full gun rounds, so he'll go for the rifle instead. They've thrown away another SMG, which is absolutely fine. Like, normally I'd say keep onto the money if you can, but they're knocking on the door of 16,000 in a few cases, so you might as well focus on round victories at this point. It's 5-1 with Dust 2 already under their belt. CT side of Nuke This has just been a remarkable day for Na'Vi.
Honestly, Henry, imagine this Na'Vi versus the G2 of today.
Yeah.
Like, that would be madness. Just seeing that Kenny S. Oh my goodness. But Astralis, of course, have got a very long road ahead of them. This is also the bitter pill of having Nuke being one of your strongest maps. You're picking it, but you do have to start on that T side.
Very good point, especially if you're not feeling it either. You haven't got warmed up like Dust 2. They barely even got to look into that one. Morale's going to be low. The aim's not really there. And Na'Vi just doing the most ridiculous things I've seen in all my years of casting. Looking for that gap in the smoke. Simple rattles off a shot towards outside. He's already been tagged as well, down at 58. Drops the incendiary towards the main entrance position. They'll cross over. Now, how many players are there? It's going to be 4. Leaves Zipex alone towards ramp, and it's the same approach from Boomich here. This time with the smoke in hand again. Waits for a pixel. Tries to fall back. Right-click the smoke. Get it in. And it's the same scenario we saw before. They can't do much of it. They have to respect the smoke. They have no idea what's on the other side. But Flamey, he'll still hold towards ramp, I believe. He'll sit at the back, and that's where Zipex is trying to probe towards. Now, bear in mind, they have no idea the numbers towards Secret, so they can't justify rotating a lot of players down, but they have got Simple towards ramp.
Molly it, please. Is there one? There is none.
There isn't.
This is the boost we saw FaZe do. Not quite going to follow through, and instead, Boomich has no issue dispatching of one. Dupree, a crucial trade, puts Flamey in a bit of hot water. Tucked in on Shadow, he will be checked. But with that smoke, actually, he's got somewhat of a luxury. He can go unchecked until Zipex finds him. Now the round should be Astralis.
Yeah, looking very good. Time was running out there. Looked like Na'Vi might have done enough with the delay towards Secret, but a very efficient plan. Smoke out the double doors, and everything was covered. It's going to be up to Electronic now to try and pull the round back. Will they be going for this? They've got so much money and kits available here, but no utility. Great shot from Perfecto. They've actually got a chance in this one now. This could be it. It would be an absolute haymaker of a round if somehow Na'Vi wins it, but it looks like Electronics a little bit too far away. Nice stuff from Astralis there. First signs of life here early. Here at Nuke, it's going to be 5-2 overall. Remember, they won the pistol. It's their first gun rounds. Wasn't the cleanest. 3 players go down, but they do save those 2 Kriegs. Speaking of which, Electronic will have his own. And still, $12,000 to his name. 14K for Flamey. They have got money for days here. No time for celebrations just yet. Astralis got a lot of work to do now. But that was a very good round. Very convincing. Zipex lurking towards the ramp and taking down those players towards Shadow especially. Flamey could have been an absolute nuisance for them there.
Yeah, he really could. Those stairs, it always impresses me how many players find success because it is the angle. Every T has got their crosshair resting at the crest of those stairs. I don't know how anyone finds the multi-kills that they do, but these players are just at the very tippy top of the game. They do things that no one else is capable of, and that is why you gather and congregate in your hundreds of thousands to witness this Counter-Strike history being written. The ink still wet in Katowice, our second map. And it's time to see if Astralis can find a second in a row on this T side. Smoke's outside, but every time they've thrown them so far, Henry, they've been behind them.
4 players again. Same approach. I assume Zipex on the other side of the map. Look at this. And it's going to be Electronic. A nice adjustment this time. The HE grenade's going to do a boatload of damage here. Simple with a flashbang assist as well. It's a 5 versus 2. They are not slowing it down at all, just adjusting the setup slightly there. Secret, they have allowed them to go through a few times. This time Electronic deals with it in true style.
Simple had 2 flashbangs lined up, ready for his teammate Electronic, and he's on 3. He could very well continue to find the last 2 as well, just Dupree and Zipex. They've got a frag each, but 3 more standing between them and consecutive rounds.
Yeah, they've got to fight their way out of this one. 3 flashes between them, but they're healthy at least, but the time suddenly is not. 30 seconds on the clock here. Perfecto is in such an awkward position to flush out. What's their final player? Dupree comes in from main entrance. He cannot spot Perfecto from there. He needs to check every single angle.
Oh, Perfecto gets this for sure. But wait, the timing could be great. As soon as he fires a shot, he's expecting Zipex to trade. That's something. Bomb does get retrieved, and with 15 seconds left, how's this going to look? Flamey's outside. Electronic lingering. Oh, that's the play. That should be a safe plant. Electronic and Flamey to retake.
He plants behind the silo. Remember, just one flashbang remaining now. He's got to deal with Flamey first. He doesn't want to overcommit. Wants to make sure he's got his teammate with him. Looks very good. No way Zipex can clutch that one out. That's very, very well done. 4 kills in total for Electronic. Nice adjustment there towards Secret. Astralis have been focused in that area. They will do throughout their campaign on the T side. They have variations of that approach. Outside smokes with 4 players is their general go-to. Sometimes they'll glaive by himself just to get the information and force those rotations. But now, Na'Vi, they're the ones in the driving seat. Another big round from them. There was a plan that came through. That's an extra $800 per player for the Astralis side. There's a buy there, but it would be compromised. $3,700 just for glaive, but the rest of them have enough for AK armor and smoke and flashes. But the thing is, we need Molotovs on Nuke. It's all about flashing the CTs out and forcing fights.
A conversation perhaps to have during the timeout as well is that we haven't seen Astralis address ramp ever since Flamey turned up with a Galil and ripped 4 Kriegs out of their hands.
That can happen. You can be dissuaded from a position after an absolutely jaw-dropping moment. You don't want to even go near a player that's peaking like that right now. As we'll see Electronic just absolutely destroy them here. 4 kills in total. His Krieg, it's looking like the most convincing in the tournament so far. It's unreal.
So Simple, he said it yesterday, he said it today. When my team are hitting their shots, he keeps bringing that up. And I think he truly has this belief in the individual form that we're getting to see now displayed for all of us. This individual form is a 5-man peak into a semi-final.
Yeah, you can't poke any holes in this. Historically, Na'Vi have always had their weaknesses. A couple of players, a bit of a question mark. You really didn't have a special day for the team to look world-class, but
he finally does something. Remember
yeah,
that one?
but I think so. Was that me that said that? I don't know. I don't remember, but yeah, someone did say that once. But this is like a very well-oiled machine right now. Everyone's hitting their shots. The confidence is just evident in their playstyle. Boomish now having a little crack towards the secret steps. Confirms they're on Deagles at least, and now you can reel it in. You don't need to challenge. Now let them have outside. Let them have ramp. We'll just wait patiently over AWPs and the rifle crossfires.
Simple, so active. Constantly repositioning, ensuring that he's not standing still for a second for someone to lay their crosshair upon his dome. Oh, and it pays off. dupreeh, who just edged himself away from main and straight into the scope of Simple. Such an incredible 2 days of Counter-Strike we've seen from him. For now, another frag added to the tally for Na'Vi. Hot pursuit of their 7th round, and with just 30 seconds. Oh no, oh no, oh no! That's embarrassing, glaive. He didn't have the bullets, and Simple will just collect another. The round is done. But what has that done to the mental shape? glaive, a seasoned in-game leader. Jacob was holding his head on the desk, and Simple just keeps collecting.
Even with 13 HP, most players are just fall back and in the 5-on-1 make sure that he stays alive. Not him, though. He hits everything. And it's going to be 7-2 here. We're going to close things out in a 2-0 fashion. They have played Astralis this year on Nuke earlier at London. 16-9 victory for Na'Vi.
So I'm not great at maths, Henry, but I'm going to have a go.
Go for it. I'm ready.
Electronic and Flamey, with their kills and deaths combined, are sitting at 21-4.
Yes,
that
indeed.
is quite the 9-round start.
Yeah, they've gone absolutely nuts. You talked about going nuclear. Well, towards ramp and outside, especially towards Secret, they're delivering on all fronts.
I could feel the radiation from here.
It burns, especially you're an Astralis fan. So, partial buy in the previous round. We said they could have bought into it, but they wanted to have absolutely everything. They've got the device AWP, and now a Zipex opening frag through smoke. Gonna need more where that came from. That's the in-game leader of Na'Vi taken out of the equation. Molotov towards T-Red. Electronic, though, hardly towards CT Blue. And now they're gonna just slow things right down. Still with a minute on the clock. They still have flashbangs. Only one smoke, however, as they try to transition towards ramp. Flamey is there with the Krieg, and now if you're a ramp player with this particular weapon, you got to fight. You're not just going to play for one kill. You're going to try and get as many as you can. Flash gets him, but can he deliver?
Oh my god, he sure can! A double kill from Flamey. A gorgeous flash, I will acknowledge, from Astralis, straight off the box into his face, but he moves while doing the dance, and Simple dancing around the site. No! And Astralis,
no way.
They're showing up!
No.
They're just getting ripped out of the server. dupreeh, last man standing. He's wondering where his team has gone. Simple does not miss. Standing his ground on the site now. He doesn't have to do much more. It's just a matter of time.
Look at the discipline as well, just running the clock down, giving dupreeh nothing here, but finally he will strike. Has enough time to get back towards upper. Bomb on his back, 2 flashbangs and an HE. But what's the call going to be? Perfecto's got him. There's no way you check this. Goodbye, Dupree. Very well done once again, and I love that from Flamey. As I mentioned, if he had an M4 there, I'm almost certain he drops down. But he's got the Krieg and the multi-kill potential of that weapon, the armor penetration it has. You can find multiple kills very quickly, even after copping a face full of flashbang. He manages to get 2 kills. Buy time is simple to get towards lower, and this just speaks for itself. You don't need me to explain what's happened there. He nails 2 fantastic shots. They don't even get a chance to deploy their utility towards lower to even enable a plant.
Well, to paint the picture of what's happening on the stage in the Spodek right now, 30 seconds for Coach Zonic, who's been talking to his players about this game for an entire day. Let's not forget, Astralis, they had the bye. They skipped the quarterfinals by its entirety. They had a whole day to prepare for 2 opponents. And right now, 2 frags for Magisk, 2 for Device, a single frag for Glaive, and we are 11 rounds in.
Yeah.
It's really not looking like the individuals, the actual components of this well-oiled machine of Astralis. They look a little faulty.
We're not seeing their usual tendencies here. It's usually Glaive that leads a charge. He's getting towards Secret. He's being a nuisance. He hasn't dropped that tactic once yet. It's always been the 4-man approach towards Secret. He's not fragging at all, and that's not a good sign. He is their absolute MVP on this map. He's a bit of a master of the outside area as well, getting up close and personal, scrappy with the M4, ready to challenge. And this is what we want to see. This is the solo play, Alex. So an adjustment here. This is what I want to see from him. He gets down towards Secret. He gets information, normally good for a frag or 2, but 1 and 9 right now. Does he have the confidence to even make these kills land? Spots the armor boomage, and that's what it's all designed for. He'll just drop the smoke again and buy some more time, call for rotations if required.
Boomich has just got nerves of steel for Secret. We've seen Na'Vi's Nuke a couple of times, and every single time he can comfortably buy himself, what, 30, 40 seconds? He's rarely asking for help.
So this is the classic Glaive maneuver. Force a rotation down towards lower, commit to upper, good trades to come through, but Electronic hasn't missed many shots. Can Glaive open things up? He cannot. The one-on-one duels have just landed in favor of Na'Vi every single time.
They're gonna check Electronic. Perfecto, oh, backs a turn, and he tucks in. Perfecto a chance to swing out. It's Flamey instead to find a frag. Multi-kill from Zipex. Backs turned in to check it. Boomich, they do, but Magic, he's been shut down immediately, and so all onto Zipex, looking to clutch, to pull Astralis back into the contention here on Nuke. Simple's not interested. And another round for Na'Vi. It's starting to really get pulled away from them. Our analysts, they didn't believe Lightning could strike twice. Nuke, over at the Blast Premier Spring Series, it went 16-9 in favor of Na'Vi. And well, from London to Katowice, it could be happening again.
Remember, Astralis won the pistol in this half as well. They're currently 9-2 down, getting blown out of the water at every choke point on the map. Nice approach there. Glaive gets down successfully. Had the pre-fire towards the vent, but Flamey had his number once again. Flies up, gets another. Their money's just looking so strong. They've got the AWP out again. A couple of Kriegs on the CT side. But a decent buy for Astralis. One compromise in the form of Glaive, who has to take the UMP, and an upper rush potentially here. Perfecto on top of the heart, ready and waiting.
Oh my god, he's just about tucked in the corner, and he takes 2 with him! Not even 1!
No.
And not through the smoke! Boomich has cut Magic down to 30, and he finishes it off as well. This is just ridiculous. A frag movie in a semi-final. I don't even need to think there's much editing required.
Counter-Strike perfection personified at this point. I can't poke a hole in Na'Vi's game. Everything's looking so good, but Glaive does find an access point towards ramp. 1 minute 20 on the clock. There's got to go towards lower. No smokes. And Simple ready and waiting for them. He does manage to do a little bit of damage, but I think that was from his teammate. Surely they'll get him at this stage, but Simple closes the door, waits for his teammates. Glaive left to just 6 points of health. Just floundering on the bomb side at this point, hoping a mistake is made, but a whole shot in the door.
Have you heard about our Lord and Savior? Oh, okay.
4 players survive for Na'Vi, 10-2. Feels like we might be done here already. Astralis has had no response for the peak in form, individually especially, on the side of Na'Vi. I've never seen this team play like this. What a time to peek into the tournament. Perfecto looked like he was done for. Fully blind, making his way towards the hut, but the incendiary was down towards the squeaky door and the hut. Smoke goes through, and he nails 2 of them.
You like that mid-spray crouch as well? He just takes his head out of the running for a second and returns and maintains the spray the whole time. This is just, yeah, we're in the Matrix right now. Or at least one of the teams is a Na'Vi, double digits. Found very early on. This is the Astralis map pick for survival here in Katowice. A flawless group stage. I will mention that Astralis came into the semi-final without dropping a map.
2-0, 2-0, 2-0, all the way through. But bear in mind the opposition Na'Vi have taken down in the path here.
Yeah.
Team Liquid, FaZe, looking like they actually could lift the trophy if they keep this form up. This is just absolutely remarkable. Boomich, no problem this round whatsoever. Dupree removed up towards outside, and now Simple tested again. And it will be a very convincing and comprehensive victory in round number 13. 11-2, a couple of rounds left for Astralis here. They took a partial bye in the previous to enable them to get the AWP potentially. Looking at the scoreboard, it paints a bleak picture, I'm afraid. Device 2-13, Majors 3-13, Glaive 2-12. They've got 3 players that just can't keep up right now. They can't land their shots, they can't get in position, and they can feel this one just falling out of their grasp.
It's normally a conversation that we find ourselves having in the group stage, because we talk about, you know, if you can't keep up with the fragging, the rest just unfortunately loses its relevance. We say that normally at the first 2 days of a tournament, not when we're in the playoffs of Katowice. That is the form Na'Vi have found, changing the dialogue completely. Outside, not just Glaive this time, but how has he found another one? Simple's got his gunner optics on.
Yeah, this is absolutely wild. He keeps finding kills through smoke time and time again. Up to Glaive now, and another 1v1 duel that falls apart. Simple's down towards lower. Did he teleport down there or something? I have no idea. As we'll see it now, a 5-on-2 ensue. Major and Zipex just drowning at this point. They've got no idea what they can do. The bomb's fallen. Simple, ready and waiting for more and more kills here. Desert Eagle in hand, and you know he's going to have some fun here. Zipex, he'll take control and bring them back a kill.
Simple closing that gap a little nonchalantly, Flamey.
Yeah, he's having a bit of fun there, I'll tell you that much.
I think fun, it does seem to be the name of the game for Na'Vi. It's all smiles, and you don't have to be a rocket scientist to know why. They like this from Magisk. He should have a chance onto Boomich, but immediately he tucks in. They are so coordinated. And a smile, it looks like Christmas morning for Simple.
He pulled out the Deagers like, these guys don't even know I'm here.
Yeah.
Okay, so he saw him jump over. So he did get a visual cue, but not many players can hit that shot. That's kind of nuts. This is what I'm saying, he's having a bit of fun here. Like, he definitely could have gotten a quick kill at that point. Yeah, he's still laughing about it. He's like, okay, guys, maybe overstepped the mark there. As we'll see, another Astralis timeout, exact same team as Dust 2. Before the first half has even finished, they've used 3 of their timeouts, and rightly so. This has just gone terribly wrong. They haven't even turned up to this semi-final. They've barely had a say on Nuke. What are they talking about now? Are they maybe just using this to chill out and work out how they can just get one more round? They've got Galil's, a lack of utility, and 1 round to post 12-3 on their map pick.
It's gotten to the point now, you can see it on their faces, and I mean, you just have to watch the game to understand it, that yes, 2 rounds on their T side, but it's the way in which these 12 rounds have been acquired. It's just been through sheer dominance.
And there hasn't been any ridiculous clutches in this game. There haven't been any 1-on-3s or 1-on-4s, none of that nonsense. This has just been a great team effort across the board. No one's dropped off. This is a Na'Vi that could have world domination ahead of them. But Vecto's finding form on the big stage. He's looking like himself, and so Simple. The bomb goes down in the open. Electronic chiming in from Secret. It looks like we're all done in this first half. 13-2, written all over the walls of Nuke. And Simple, he has full vision of the C4. They've got 1 smoke, a molly, Galil's to try and fend him off. How do you even have the balls to challenge him at this point? Who will step up to the plate?
Dupree's feeling confident. A glimpse of his quiff on top of Silo. Electronic with the Clippers in secret. He's hitting another one. Simple, you robot. Will be the double kill, but Zipex last of 4. Electronic collects a 13-2 half. Ladies and gentlemen, this could be it. This could be the next 5 minutes until Na'Vi secure themselves a spot in the grand final. We're taking a break, and when we come back, it's fight or flight to Copenhagen.
back, ladies and gentlemen, to the quiz break. We have 2 more questions and, of course, the prize boost challenge. James, if it's another disgusting thing that we have to eat, I'm going to have a serious word and potentially spanking with our producers.
I know you love a bit of that, Kinky. So do I. Whips and chains, you know, all that good stuff. But the most important thing for you guys at home is the prizes. That's what we want to know about. So if you do know the answers, if you're getting these questions correct, head over to esl.glhf.gg and get them locked in.
Thank you, James. That's the URL. Don't forget it. Now let's get back into the questions. French player Nathan Schmidt's nickname is NBK, but what does it stand for? Never been killed, natural born killer, or never by Kevlar?
If you guys were watching yesterday, you know what's coming up next. It's time for me and Parla to be humiliated.
Oh, James, don't be scared, man. You're a big, tough guy. There's nothing that you should be afraid of, all right? More silver dishes. 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, man.
Bro, I don't know how to do a
Bro,
Rubik's Cube.
You got the... Okay, Parla, we have to solve one side each. You've got the easier option, and you've also got a side that has 3 of one colour on already.
Dude, there's like an algorithm for these. I don't know it.
We're going to give it our best shot, mate.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, I've got the 3 yellow here and 1 yellow there.
That didn't work already.
This must be like a simple solution to this.
Oh, I've got a lot of orange on one side. Here we go.
Bro, it's not going to go well.
Oh, I've got a lot of orange on this side. Oh, great. We are running out of time already, mate.
Sorry, guys. Have you seen the videos of it and people just spinning it? I don't know it. James doesn't know it.
People do it without looking at it, don't they? Another challenge out the way.
Done and dusted, James, and that means it's time for the next question.
What journalist played a big part in uncovering the iBuyPower betting scandal in 2014? Richard Lewis, Duncan Foreign Shields, Scott Sir Scoots Smith.
2014, well, James, I was just 4 years old, so I can barely remember.
You're not that young.
Anyway, we'll be back with the 3rd and final part of the show very shortly.
And we'll have another prize boost challenge for all of you guys, so make sure you keep coming back and entering at esl.glhf.gg.
Genesis of the ESL Pro Tour. It's Katowice, baby, and it's the semi-finals. Na'Vi are 3 rounds away from a chance at the trophy. G2 waiting for them on Championship Sunday, and now Astralis. They really have ran out of options, and they're running out of steam. Henry, what can the Danes do on their CT side of their map pick?
They said they put about 15 hours of prep into this, but that notebook has to be thrown out the window now. There's nothing you can do to counter the brutal skill that is being displayed by Na'Vi as they go for a ramp rush here. Zipex needs at least a kill here. Does spot them coming through, decides to fall back. Safer option, no utility on either side here, Alex. Quite interesting. That means there's no kit available for Astralis. No smokes get the bomb down lower. Range advantage here for Astralis for sure. They need this pistol round desperately. There's so many players swarming towards the position though. Glock's coming in, door sharp, and Glaive, he still wants to be part of this action.
Perfecto does position himself to maneuver the crosshair, and it's Zipex to stop the plant, and then some. Collects himself a double. Still hungry, and Boomich managing to hit the burst, no less. Just simple, thrust into a 1 versus 3. And this time, no cigar, Astralis. They'll take 1 coconut for the coconut shy. That's the reference. It doesn't make sense, I promise. That's where close but no cigar comes from.
Is it really?
Yeah, if you didn't, if initially when at the carnivals, you'd get a cigar if you hit the coconut.
Have you ever been part of a coconut
It's a bit
shy?
before my time. We'll have to ask OJ.
Okay, well, there we go. We'll look into it.
Like Victorian era kind of thing.
It's not going to be the force fight in the second round. We're going to have PD50, 1 deagle, and a couple of smokes. Objective, get the bomb planted if possible. A couple of kills would be very welcome indeed. Smoke looking likely to be a drop here. Or he's suggesting that's what they're going for as they focus towards main. Lots of footsteps though. Glaive will hear them. And it looks like a pretty convincing victory here for Astralis. No kills found, just what they needed. They can still do this. If ever there's a map to bring back a 13-2 scoreline, CT side of Nuke, their pick, they can do this. They know it as well. Their temperament looks pretty positive, actually.
Yeah. And something that we want to keep an eye on is if Na'Vi fall into any of those traps you were talking about on Dust 2. You know, especially considering the amplification of the fact it's CT Nuke, don't fall into rushing it. Don't feel like you have to force the issue. And I'm sure there's plenty of pages on Blade's strat book to secure those 3 remaining rounds.
Final timeout for Astralis. They are discussing their options here because usually we would call this the bonus round. This is where you'll keep your MP9s or UMPs. They don't really have that luxury right now. They need rounds, not money. They need to be winning every single one going forward. So they've actually thrown away a couple of those SMGs. They upgrade Device to the AWP, Magisk on the AUG, Glaive for an M4. So they've had to throw away a couple of weapons there. It's not the most ideal situation, but it's the correct one, in my opinion. They need to win this round. Up against the rifles of Na'Vi, which they know are coming out, the SMG simply wouldn't do.
And now, extra nerve-wracking for Zonic. Put yourself in Danny's shoes, because he now knows he no longer controls a chance to talk to his team.
The problem with this approach is, if you do lose this round, no money remaining going forward. This is a very committed gamble.
Sink or swim for Astralis.
Good nade.
Whoa. Flamey's going to be feeling that one for the rest of the round. Dupree with an aggressive stance in Hut, hoping to catch the timing. Flamey lingering in lobby, though, so that duel will not be won just yet. Outside, late from Na'Vi. On contact, no smokes, just walking towards that red container. Simple swings wide as well, keeping his eyes towards Secret. In no rush whatsoever, it seems. Device is desperate to get that Molotov on the call of Glaive. Doesn't have to pay too much of a price for it, and now he has his signature weapon in his grasp. Needs one. Finds it. Another opportunity, but he's perfectly flashed. Na'Vi supporting once again. These flashbangs are getting better and better. Magisk, however, we talked about how crucial this was, and now Astralis have found the opening too.
They didn't anticipate a Device AWP, that's for sure. That's why it was such a great call from Astralis here. As I mentioned, they need rounds, not cash. So far, so good. 5 on 3. Perfecto knows he can't really duel the AWP with his Galil here, but does significant damage. The Device will get his second. Flamey towards lower. Bomb on his back. A plant will be great here. Boomish to cover. A 5 on 2. They somehow pull this off. There'll be no getting back in this.
You can solo cast the red if they pull this one off.
There's the first kill. Flamey, 47 HP. Remember, got naded at the start with Squeaky. Nice shot to open things up. Could get a second here, but Magisk will keep things very clean indeed. Only 1 kill found for the side of Na'Vi. As I mentioned, I don't think they anticipated the AWP to be brought out so soon. Good call to upgrade to those rifles. Means they actually get a lot of money going forward and some T-sided weaponry as well. Krieg and AK picked up for Magisk and Zipex. 13-5 now. They can do this.
Oh, for sure. It's just the only kind of unknown factor is where the Astralis mental state is. Because if this is Astralis that we know and love and have seen lift more trophies than anyone else, it's more than capable, more than within their remit. This is the second flash. I love that because he was about to swing and find Boomich, but Na'Vi, they're doing all of these protocols that I've never seen before. It's rare to see someone go white, not be going flashed after their first frag on Astralis. That's the point I'm trying to make. And into round 19, top site.
Here we go. Straight up rush. Glaive going to be trying to spray them down, but they have broken through the initial defense here. Glaive will just get the one, but he's done significant damage towards the second as well. 2 players on the bomb side floor. Do Na'Vi want to fall back or try and drop down towards the vents here? Good HE lands, but they have got 3 players down towards the lower bomb site. Magisk will pull one back, but look at the damage inflicted. There should be absolutely no chance here for Na'Vi as they start to restructure. Barely any options here for them. Zipex will hold towards lower. Round should be completed here. Device.
He checks it.
Yeah, he definitely does.
Right?
Oh,
right? Okay.
Boomish likes a knife.
He'll take an M4, though. That's something for Na'Vi. It still should be a guarantee for Astralis, but Boomich was given just a little bit of a lifeline. Phone a friend.
Damage done towards Magisk. Every second that passes, Na'Vi are finding some access points here. Good smoke towards Deacon. Zipex can now focus on the double doors. He's got a great angle here. I don't see a world where they can take him out. They've got no utility. He will peek. A Electronics ready and waiting. 30 seconds now. This is falling apart.
Did he even get the bomb down uncontested? dupreeh, he's going to have to risk it into the vents, and just like that, it looks like Na'Vi could be poised for their 14th. dupreeh, he's making a whole lot of noise. A Danish elephant descends to decon.
No way, Alex.
And he's gone down.
No,
this is it. Na'Vi, Boomich with a big frag, but it was Electronics onto Xyp9x that really started this ball of wool to unravel.
Yeah, it looked like he had the perfect spot with 30 seconds there as well. I don't think he had to swing into the double door position. He had to deny that plan, and it's Na'Vi with just Desert Eagles and taking about 300 damage on their route towards lower that somehow win the round here. It's going to be 14-5. Astralis, they don't know what the hell just happened to them there. It was all going so well. The upper rush, it led to 2 early Astralis frags. They only had 1 frag to work with the Na'Vi side, no utility, and it's Boomich tucking himself in the corner. Device walks past, gives him the M4. Electronic will pick it up, and the rest is history. This was the play. This was the moment they realized they can get into this round. We said Device is going to check it. He did, but he didn't fully commit to the angle, and it cost him the round. Even with 16 points of health, he outpositions dupreeh, and it's going to be 14-5. They're first on the board here in the second half, 3-1. And remember that investment from Astralis, that's going to cost them heavily going forward. They still have 1 strong buy here. It's a terrorist timeout. If they win this round, that's it. Call it done. There'll be no way Astralis can get 10 rounds in a row with broken economy. They know it as well. They have to step up right here, right now. Difference going into round number 20 is that Simple have the AWP. They have Kriegs, AKs, a full array of utility as well. Astralis will be truly tested here.
This is it for Astralis. The opportunity to defend their Katowice title. Defending champions Astralis. And they've put all of their eggs into the basket that is round 20, so hold your breath, Denmark. We're off to the races. Early smoke will extinguish and provide a little bit of a route to play around should they desire. Electronic considering an adventure towards Secret. And a Molotov in response from the CTs will make that impossible. I need to grab a fork and quickly eat my words.
Yeah, it was a little bit too deep there. You can see Electronic just bouncing around the flames. Didn't even take a tick of damage there. So Device, he's not 100% sure if a player made it down. Glaive will be given the responsibility to have a one-on-one duel, one of the best riflers in the game right now, especially with this weapon in his hand. Such a presence on the server. Sneaks his way through. Glaive on the other side. First shot comes in. It's a beautiful one from Electronic. Doesn't even blink.
This isn't a sidekick. This is a superhero.
Yep.
Another one. Electronic's got the sight. He could be pulling the 15th entirely on his own for his team. This is going to change the game plan. The bomb likely going to have to go towards ramp room. Boomich just flying through the sky. Device with his knife out. Humiliation. Oh dear. A chance now for the remaining 2 versus 3. Magic, or rather Magisk, is going to be crawling behind them on ramp.
Remember, they'll have no cash going forward here. It's now a 3 versus 1. Simple waits patiently towards main entrance. Magisk will have to pull some magic out if he's going to pull this one off. He has a kit, no utility. Presence towards lobby. Starts to head towards squeaky door. Needs a quick kill, but that will give up his position. No one looking towards his direction right now, apart from the big man himself. Simple swings round, finds series point, 15-5. Money in the actual bin for Astralis at this point. $2,000 per player. They have to buy. I think they have 1 pause remaining, potentially. And this is all down to Electronic, though. So much confidence. Pim mentioned on the desk as well, when you're in the zone like this, there's not many people that can slow him down. He's just feeling it. No one can challenge him. His aim is just off the scale.
Disbelief.
Yeah.
Disbelief from some of the world's best. And look at the fire and fury coming out of the Na'Vi camp. They are completely and totally convinced that the grand final spot is theirs. It's just peanuts. Mag 7, a few smokes. They're going to have to do something aggressive, and Simple knows it. He's already collected 1. And just 4 more steps to the grand finals for Na'Vi. Glaive tickled by the nade.
Oh, it's a perfect Molotov. Glaive now fully committed towards outside. And they seem to know it as well. Piece by piece, Na'Vi are finding this 16th round, no problem at all. Through the flames, dupreeh will retreat, 25 HP, call it done. And there it is, 16-5, a very convincing 2-0 there. The best looking Na'Vi I've ever seen against the world's #1 team there. They made them look average. They made them look foolish at times. And it's a team effort as well. This wasn't just a simple show. Every single player on Na'Vi showed up here in the semi-final.
100%. He has belief. Perfecto. This is a stone's throw away from his tenure with Simon Gaming, and now he's stepping into a grand final tomorrow, Henry. What a beautiful story of young talent from the CIS region finally finding the right home in Na'Vi. Blade, he's the puppet master, and all of the strings are golden.
A great performance there. Astralis said coming into this one, they've done between 15 and 18 hours of prep, but there's nothing you can do to prepare yourself for the battering they just received, the individual duels. It was already encapsulated in that final round as well. We saw Electronic helping himself down towards lower, hitting every single shot, so much awareness. They were just one step ahead every single time, Alex. I've never seen anything like that in all of my